All right, here we go. Sometimes part of the writing process, at least for me, has been being slightly under the influence. And that might sound like an alcoholism thing or dependency thing, but it absolutely isn't. It's not. If you have one beer and you drink it and you write, something will happen. Now, some people have maybe 15, 20, 25 beers. Now, that I would consider to be on the more in the realm of a problem. But one beer is one thing. Also, I used to do a lot of my writing stoned. I would smoke weed and do writing to whatever degree, whatever capacity I was doing it. Poetry, getting all high and doing poems. But recently I decided to take a break. So I probably will be smoking again, but just something came over me. I think it had to do with food poisoning. Anyway, here we go. I'll make this more fun for the video, right? Cheers. There. All right, let's bring the shit up. This one, here we go. I was just adding tags to cookie donuts. I'm trying to get a way to get people to see this original recipe, music video with cooking. I love it. It's so good. I'm totally biased, of course. Here we go. Okay. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans, winding lines through space and time, assured they always will align. It's a mathematician's additive roll. It's the ball rolling toward the goal. Because when you score, you touch on bliss. Home run derby, marriage kiss. A couple of kids, geneticist. Softly spoken calculus. Make a model. Test it too. Anticipate what you should do. Learn a thing and simplify. Analogy electrify. Fuzzy, buzzy, busy bee. Money, honey, bacon, brie. Fat cats pouncing laser lights. Rat race trapping something bright. Data, tell me please. Answer with simplicity. So for those of you watching who didn't watch the first part, this poem is about people who treat science like the religion, like it's the only truth. And there's a lot of validity to that, but at the same time, there isn't. And I guess this is how I feel as a poet, is like, if I'm rewriting something and making a big message about something, I want it to be about something substantial. And it's not necessarily because the words it's not because I need to write about something substantial to have clever rhymes and phrases. It's because I'll get a lot more interested in what it is I'm doing because the concept is there and it's evocative and it's breathing and it's real. I'm trying to make a heartbeat with my hand. Okay. The word I underlined here, and I guess I'll be doing this with this kind of mentality for a while, is I underlined it because I know I don't, or at least I thought I didn't want the word electrify, but it really fit nicely in the flow. So as I develop the phrasing, I will readjust. And I put the word tree here because I really felt like tree belongs here, like a money tree. Money, money, honey, money, honey, money tree, or I think like a hive of honeybees having their hive is on a tree. So I'm darting into this idea. Fat cats pouncing laser lights. Well, if any of you have ever played with a cat with a laser light, you'll know that they just keep going for it, even though they can never catch it, because it seems like something that's alive to them. That's really fourth dimensional. That's really cool. That's like us with what us as humans and humanity chasing ultimate goals of perfection or just unattainable goals. And I talk about the rat race, fat cats, rat race. I kind of like that rhyme. Like, cats are capitalizing on rats, and rats are racing, and they're trying to trap something bright, but they're not. That's where I'm at right now. I got a bunch of words down here. Let's see, like that I want to develop into. So, fractal, unsolved, questioning, never satisfied, looping, like music. Like, looping's a cool concept because of the nature of time, the nature of recursive behavior, losing, winning, discovery, empathy, clicking. Every now and then it seems like something's like clicking next to my monitor. It makes this click sound for whatever reason. And it happened in the first video once. It happened in the second video once. And maybe it'll happen in this one. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll never happen again. But it literally made a loud click. It seemed to happen, and you can hear it. I have no idea what caused it. But, I like to think that it's something fourth dimensional, I like to think that it's something in the realm of something spiritual. It's in the quantum world. Like there's some sort of spirit who's like giving me a thumbs up right now, who's giving me a like by causing this supernatural click. And then, so that's why I like the idea of clicking. Now, also, this really isn't, the second video really wasn't a video about poetry. It was a video about me getting hung up on irritation because I wanted this, I pointed like, I wanted that to look black and white, so there'd be far less light splashing on my face and burning my retinas over time. That's a real concern. Maybe that's something I oughta be including too, because people who use computers too much and screen time, computers, maybe AI. I say maybe AI because I talked about AI so much in my previous poems. Now, very few people have seen or read what I've done in the past. Maybe you will in the near future, but the concepts in Rapgition, hey, I might be thinking that's something that's going to be in Katawl, which isn't out yet. It's a big deal. It's contemporary. It's contemporaneous. I will, as a businessman, I feel like I should throw AI in there in your face. AI. AI, but part of me doesn't want to keep doing it. But that's all right. I may or may not include it. So AI, Chat GPT, language model. Also, this shit, like, it's been scaring me for many years, and it only is more scaring me. Now, don't be misled, audience. It's not that I'm like unconfident about my ability to create what it is I create in what it is. Oh shit. That was my friend Rachel asking about dancing with a dog in the park, and I forgot because I have finished it. But she is totally right. I really ought to go to the dog park tomorrow and bring my camera to do a shoot of Dancing with a Dog. And I may be able to encourage my brother to come with me to man the camera and get a lot of good publicity and feedback from those who are there. I mean, that's the thing. Like, all that shit I just said about the dog park, is that me being... I can't mute my phone. I'm expecting a call from my therapist. So, I have to leave it. But like, could you call me super ADD because of the how off track I just went from what I was talking about to that? Maybe. All right, let's see what we got here. AI, Chat GPT, language model. What else is happening? I think I talked about like a couple of kids geneticists, softly spoken calculus. I like that phrasing. I like that flow, but to me, it's a little too oblique. If I was a person reading this, a couple of kids geneticists, like, oh, that's supposed to mean that, you're spreading your seed as a man, or you're copying yourself as a woman. It's maybe embedded there, but I want it to be a lot more evident. So let's see. So maybe I could come back on that phrasing. But the reason I wrote that line right after marriage kiss is because when people get married, there's kind of this implicit portion of that, assuming it's between a penis and a vagina. I won't say a man and a woman because those words don't mean anything in this day and age. But between a penis and a vagina that are going to make some copies. Copies. That's what I gotta do. Copies. I could use some sexual language. Why not? Sexual language. All right, that's enough for now. Let's maybe God. Undercase God. Holy moly. Non-Christian. Non-Christian. Non-denominational. You might be surprised by this, world, but I'm not very good at spelling. I'm good at sounds, but spelling's really tough for me. And that's because I have aphantasia. Maybe I'll incorporate myself into this too. I'll throw in some aphantasia. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. Psilocybin. Psilocybin. Wednesday. Okay. Alright, so what do we got here? This is the story of the logical man who understands everything he plans. It's about an animal. It's, we're animals. Men are animals. That's why I guess this isn't about Christianity, because Christianity assert that men and women are people. Everything else is everything else. There's this harsh, like, really bizarre, bonkers mentality of you. I'm going to say you because, in all likelihood, if anyone ever does see this, one of the people who sees this is going to feel this way, that you are not an animal and you are not a machine. This wrench leaf thing here, I can't hear that. There we go. That is something I designed back in 15 maybe, as a symbol to represent a harmony of nature and technology, and that harmony is humanity, humans. So if you think you're just so different than everything, your ego's a balloon that's about to pop, and I hope it pops in a way that doesn't hurt you, but it probably will. What I had to go through to understand the things I do are things I can't tell you. I can make 1,000 poems, but I cannot tell you what it's like to go on the other side and come back and then attempt to make sense of the chaos. Ooh, chaos, that's a good word. All right, cool. Let's do something. So what I like to do when I write poems is I just read it from beginning to end, and then I see what I can add to it. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans, winding lines through space and time, assured they always will align. Do I want to say self-assured? No. Assured they always will align. It's a mathematician's additive role. It's the ball, multiplicative. I want to use another math word. That might be a little bit too darling-y. If you never heard the phrase "kill your darlings" is real important. There's no line here that isn't telling something, or ultimately there won't be. I may get rid of stuff eventually. We'll see. It's a mathematician's additive role. It's the mathematician's additive role. Full. Multiplicative goal. Multiplicative goal and pull. I don't know, it's something like that. Multiplicative. It's a mathematician's additive role. Multiplicative goal and pull. I don't know. So this is the thing. Right now, I'm writing something that I feel like is shitty. Like, I think that sucks. It doesn't do what I want it to do. And I will continuously be itched until I can scratch the itch into place and get that line to be what I want it to be. Now, the hard thing is, like, for me as poet, right, is you may never know what my intent is from the final phrasing that I create. And I want it to be a specific way. I want you to care about it like I care about it. If you hear me read it, you'll hear it. You'll hear the like he means something. He means something by this, but I don't know what he means by this. I suppose that's one of my reasons for doing this whole web-based, camera in my face type situation. It's kind of a disgrace if you think it isn't a maturation. How can I freestyle a little while back into your mind if I go there and I rewind the concepts and phrasing that you line up to listen? Like your glistening sweat is pouring out of your pores like no regret. It's coming out like the human that you are, Mr. Animal. The hair that comes out of every follicle. See, freestyle is so fun. And you think you can't do it. Let me rephrase that. You know you can't do it. Oh, Andrew. Only magicians can freestyle. You're right. You're right, viewer. Only musicians can. But it's so hard to believe that you can do something sometimes that the belief that you can't do it is comfortable. As a musician, and this isn't me, this is all musicians through humanity. If you're Bach, if you're Beethoven, if you're Chopin, we're all haunted by the same demons, and we all keep getting itched by some feeling, and my itching that I'm feeling is this shittiness of this line, multiplicative goal and pull. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes some sense. It lines up with the words, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this poem out loud many, many, many times, and eventually, and I know this through experience. Like you saw me, I can freestyle rhymes. I can create a cool phrasing. I can create fun pacing. But to actually have a story and actually have a meaning and purpose. Look, I'm already at 20 minutes. I only changed like 2 words. And I'm already at 20 minutes. Well, I'm expecting to get interrupted by a call from my therapist, right? because I have trouble relating to. I am not normal in how I think. And you'd be like, oh, no one's normal, Andrew. Well, yeah, but I'm like really not normal. And for whatever reason, I guess that there's a label for that. There's bipolarity, there's mania, there's depression, there's balance. I'm in a great place. I sleep well. I do my thing. And I can get here and talk to you and not be afraid of showing my face. That wasn't true for a long time. But it's true now. And it's relieving. It's relaxing. It's not taxing. Now I'm conceiving of new rhymes to go through the winding places in your mind. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. Winding lines through space and time, assured they always will align. It's mathematic. Oh, what about mathematic animal? I like that. Mr. Mathematic Animal. Mr. Mathematic Animal. Multiplicative. Multiply. Right. See, this is fun. So, like, we rappers / poets just love wordplay. We love it so much because it's really fun and interesting to other rappers. And it's just fun to you, too, if you actually like thinking about what these words would be meaning in different varieties and contexts. And right now, what I'm getting at is, like, as a man, we want to be fruitful and multiply. We want to bang. We want to do this and copy ourselves. And so I'm kind of like, oh, we're multiplying. We're animals. And I'm being very empathetic right now to the taxed and tired humans who believe that their solution and restitution is some sort of grand, obvious new solution. I may have just rhymed the same word with itself, but in freestyle, that's actually okay. You should do that. Do that all the time. If you're worried, like, if you play a beat, like, hey, Google, play a hip-hop beat. I'm gonna intentionally say the same word a bunch of times so that you can hear it and you realize who gives a shit. Here we go. Come on, Google, give it to me. Oh, no, fuck. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Play lo-fi hip-hop beats from YouTube Music. I want to rhyme to Snoop Dogg's thing, but I don't like rhyming over other people, other rappers, other songs. It's kind of just shitty. It's shitty practice. Here we go. Okay, so the goal here is to take a second and freestyle the same word over and over, or as many times as I can, and intentionally sounding weird. Okay, here we go. This is not... Hey, Google. Pause. See, that's not a freestyle hip-hop beat. Somehow SEO, search engine optimization, made this dude appear. Hey, Google, pause. This is a lot. This is a tangent, but I want to do it. It's worth doing. Hey, Google, play a freestyle hip-hop beat. Oh, shit.
Got it. Playing the album Beats Freestyle Rap on Spotify.
Maybe. No words, please. Come back at me. It's something simplicity. Like I'm saying the word me as if it's conceivingly. I don't need to make these words make sense. I don't need to tolerate your incompetence. Because when I say me, I say me, me, me. I say me, 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 me. But that's something silly. That's something stupid. Why repeat those same words? That's something so like Cupid shooting you with the arrow and making that love. Coming in from high and way up from above. But I'm purposely trying to use the same words. So what words should I use if I want those sweet verbs? How about the word verb? The word verb. It like comes at you. This action-y, feeling that you feel indefinitely. Oh, that's where I was at, like Cupid shooting arrows at you indefinitely. If you would come back at me, you'd know it indefinitely. As if I needed to say the word indefinitely, for an indefinite period of time. Indefinite makes it sweeping, fun, and rapping a rhyme. Hey Google, pause. There. So I try to use the same words a lot of times. I use the word me a bunch, but like that's what you don't get, person who believes they can't freestyle. You could say la 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 la, and it's cool and it's fun, and so long as you don't drool the puns. Okay, I've been there and back again. All right, let's try this again. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans, winding lines through space and time, assured they always will align. Mr. Mathematical animal. Yeah, I don't like Mr. because I want this to be gender neutral. This women, you have the ability to do this too. Mathematic animal. The logical man understands. And this is like I gotta put this in italics because it's slang. It's sarcastic. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans, winding lines through space and time. Assured they will. Assured. Self-assured they will. Yeah, let's see here. Let's get this sarcastic too. Winding lines through space and time. Self-assured. Here. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is fucking cool. Self-assured, they will. The logical, I'm thinking if I should say shall. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans, winding lines through space and time. Self-assured, they shall align. See, the shall. This is something that happens to me as a poet. Like, self-assured, they shall align. Sounds cool. It sounds cooler than will, but no one says shall except for me. So, well, if I'm doing this poem for me, then the word shall. You shall not pass. You shall do this. You shall be trash. Exist. But if I'm doing this poem for a majority of people, I want to choose the word will because everyone knows that word and it means the same thing for this context. So that's something that actually trips me up pretty often. This may seem so simple and slight, but shall and will, what do I choose? Well, ultimately I don't know what I'm going to choose, but I know what I want to say because I want to do the thing that feels good for me. But I know that what I want to do because I want to make it good for you, and I want it. And moreover, I want the poem to be good for you more than I want the poem to be good for me, because all the stuff I'm saying in this poem isn't gonna make me grow as a person. This is stuff I know already. So I'm gonna leave it as will, and I decided that right now. But eventually I may change it depending on if I have a lot of like fun sounding sha sounds or something like that, like some cool like, you know. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans, winding lines through space and time. Winding space. Yeah, so winding lines. Like he's making, right now, the logical man is so sure that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And that math is real, and it's the only thing. It's the math. Winding lines through space and time. How about in? Because that's totally viable physically. I follow a lot of physics stuff on the internet. Veritasium. Fuck yeah, Veritasium. I'm gonna I don't know. Maybe I want your Veritasium to appear above my head right now. But in case you don't know it, Veritasium. Derek Moore, here's my shout out to you. Thank you so much. You're so great. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do my I'll do shout outs like on this top area, the shout out zone, because I've learned so much from what these people have offered. And we're so blessed as a society to be able to get this really good information, but unfortunately there's this encroaching curse that gives misinformation. Fuck. There's always going to be this divide between rich and poor. You know, I grew up with money. I grew up with great education. I grew up with therapy. And I was able to get a different therapist at one point to help me work out the issues that are bouncing around in my head like a game of Pong. Isn't this fun, viewer? Don't you love this shit? And here I am, like, making up this personal channel of myself. I can see my face here. I've been watching my face and entertained by it. But it's probably a lot better that I don't see me. So let's just go ahead and minimize. Okay, so I can have this. I mean, it is still going, right? It's got to be. Alright, cool. Now I can't see me. I was distracted by me. I kept looking over at myself because I was entertained. How much time's on this recording? My doctor said he was going to call soon. Well, who knows? He'll call eventually. That'll be the limiter of when I stop this video today. I kind of thought I was going to get interrupted in like 10 minutes, and maybe that was part of the reason I didn't want to get real focused on the poem, but whatever, let's do it. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans, aka he's full of shit. Winding lines through space and time. Oh, full of shit. I think we gotta use that. Full of shit. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. Winding lines through space and time, self-assured they will align. Self-assured they shall align. Shall align. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. Winding lines through space and time, self-assured they will align. Mathematic animal, full of shit. Full of shit. He's full of shit. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. He's full of shit, just like me. Animalistic. He's full of shit, just like me. He's you. Womanly. He's full of shit, just like me. Female masculinity. I don't know. I'm trying to get the idea that, like, man, woman, I don't care. It's all person, but we got to use these pronouns. Or at least I do, because I believe in them. I believe pronouns matter. This is, like, wrong of me, according to everyone under the age of 25, but I believe it's really important to have self-identity as a sex, as a different sex than the other sex. And I am so with J.K. Rowling on this. So go ahead and start those cancel petitions before I get famous, all of you naysayers and haters. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. He's full of shit, just like me. Feminine masculinity. He's full of shit, just like me. Feminine masculinity. Winding lines through space and time, self-assured, symmetry. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. He's full of shit, just like me. Feminine masculinity. Winding lines through space and time, self-assured, self, so, so assured, so assured. They, they, they all. How about they all? That sounds nicer. So assured they all align. They all align. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. He's full of shit, just like me. Feminine masculinity. Winding lines through space and time, so assured they all. Winding lines through space and time, so assured they all align. Mathematic animal. Symmetry. Multiplied. Symmetry multiplied. Goal and pull. The logical. No. Winding lines through space and time, so assured they all align. Mathematic animal, simple symmetric. Simple symmetric. Oops. There we go. Mathematic animal, simple symmetric. Pushing pull. Simple symmetric push and pull. Because when you score, you touch on bliss. Home run. We should really separate by rhymes. The logical man understands every cognitive path he plans. He's full of shit, just like me. Phil. See, Phil. It's so funny. Phil, feminine masculinity. Phil begging for more. Winding lines through space and time. So assured they will. This should all be totally italicized. I'm interested in something. So this widget I got, this extension, it's called this is what I always was futzing over in the last thing. What's it called? It's this. What? It's this dark theme. What's it called? I'm going insane here. I just installed this. Oh,